Hey, I'm Ray. What's going on, guys? How's your life going? Oh, that sounds phenomenal. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. All right. So, with this episode, I am starting a new series. This series will be solely the class quests for the Conjurer and the White Mage. We will get to the White Mage portion in a later video, but the Conjurer, we are here. And we are ready to learn the arts of conjuring. Let us go. Is your mind made up? Are you ready to join the Conjurers Guild? I sure am. That is well. I shall introduce you to our guildmaster, Brother Isumiyan. Brother Isumiyan presides over the Conjurers Guild, even as he serves the nation as a healer. You will find him in the meditation area within. Go to him and make known your desire to join the guild. I sure shall. And hello, other newcomer. Hello. All right. Brother Isumiyan. Hello. Greetings, adventurer. I am told you wish to become a conjurer of Stillglade fame. Stillglade. I am Brother Isumiyan, master of this guild. Before you are formally accepted into our ranks, I would impart that to you the principle of conjuring. Pray attend me well. I think that's what I said. Conjuring is an arcane art that takes life and the living for its domain. Its primary purpose is the salving of hurts. The salving of hurts and the granting of protection. Adventurers such as yourself oft stand upon the front lines of battle. Owing to this, you are like to find yourself in many situations wherein a capacity for healing would be advantageous. Mind you, there is more to conjuring than that. By harnessing the power of earth, wind, and water, conjurers are also capable of weaving spells that wreak havoc. In terms of sheer destruction power, conjuring may pale in comparison to thaumaturgy, but its capacity for... Gosh dang it, trigger finger. In terms of sheer destructive power, conjuring may pale in comparison to thaumaturgy, but its capacity to defend one against aggression more than compensates for this relative shortcoming. In mastering healing and purification, not only will you be able to mend wounds and purge afflictions, you will also be able to breathe life back into the fallen. More than simply healing, yet not true dealers of destruction, conjurers realize their full potential when they employ their power in support of others. This, my dear adventurer, is what it means to be one of us. Mayhap that was too much to grasp upon a single hearing. But worry not, for the meaning of words will become clear. The meaning of my words will become clear to you in due time. You will come to understand that conjuring is not the sole province of the conjurer. Should you wish to walk our path, I must needs ask that you solemnly vow to embrace nature, to heed the will of the elementals and the 12 wood alike. Can you make this vow? I sure can, if I can get my mouse on there. Jeez. I knew your answer ere your lips had parted, yet I am no less pleased to hear it. By the power vested in me, I hereby name you a member of the Conjurers Guild. And so to work. Listen well now, for I would assign you your first task as a conjurer of Stillglade fame. Just beyond the city gates, you will encounter squirrels, ladybugs, and fungars. Or fungars, if you would like. I would have you slay 3 of each. lest you wonder how I can so coolly order the taking of life, know that things are not as they once were. As a consequence of the calamity, and I may add, through no fault of their own, these creatures have become a burden to the Twelves Wood, a burden that cannot well bear. It cannot well bear. As a conjurer, your duty is to carry out the will of the forest, and by employing your powers in doing so, you will come to learn something of your art. Go now, Rain, and perform your task in the name of the elementals. Promise I will. Let's get a swig of my coffee real quick. I need some coffee. Oh, yeah. Oh, I just gleeked all over my keyboard. Grody. Let's go. We shall go. Before I do anything, though, I want to go around and get all of these Etherite Ethernet shards, I should say. I should go around and get all the Ethernet shards just so that I can be able to travel around this town, this area a little more. You have attuned yourself to all the Ethernet shards in Gridania. The Blue Badger Gate, the Yellow Serpent Gate, and the airship landing are now accessible as Ethernet destinations. Now this is the fun part, because oh, never mind. It's just going to show me those real quick. Okay. Now, I can go instantly to the fields, I guess, the zones surrounding Gridania. 2 of them, and the airship landing, which I'll touch on later. Now, we need to go into Central Shroud, which is where our first quest is, right in there. Central Shroud. The thing that throws most people off is the main quest, I guess, say not the main quest, but like some quests, or they feel like just filler quests where you just go around and you kill a bunch of enemies. That was cool, do it again. That is the case, but some of them are very useful, and like, yeah, they're not all filler quests where you just go around and kill something, or you go around and talk to people. Like, there are actual stories that like require attention, but that's on a different subject. Now, this is the way I have my hotbar set up when it comes to attacking. That's in my way. Let's move over here. When it comes to attacking enemies, the way I have it set up for healing is all of my attack spells, all my damage spells are over on my shift hotbar, because I'm not going to be using them as often. When my main focus is healing. The Conjurer's main focus is healing, so I have all my healer spells as 1 through equals. Then my attack stuff is all shift through equals. Obviously, I can't reach my hand that far. There is literally maybe 4 or 5 damage spells for the Conjurer anyway, so it's not like you're going to be reaching very far with shift anyways, like holding your shift. I think like the max that I go is shift 6 for a Conjurer, I'm pretty sure. So our basic spell. Now, most people also get turned off a bit by why are you attacked? What is your deal, sir? I don't. Okay, that makes absolutely sense. Thing is, people get turned off so bad by long global cooldowns, which at the beginning, yes, they may seem a little bit slower and a little more tedious to deal with, but it's very much worth it in the beginning, because as you get further, things progress, you get faster with it, and sir, you need healing. Now, speaking of which, what was I going to say? I can't think of what I was going to say. Oh, yeah. I don't have it yet. I don't know why, honestly. Like, I should have it if I... Maybe it's just the fun bars. It's just auto attack you. Come on. Yeah, there you go. Alright, we spoke earlier about hotbars and skills and spells and whatnot. At the beginning, these are all of the spells you can learn. But once I reach level 30, I open up a whole new section of spells, which will make everything so much easier. The rest of this stuff doesn't entirely matter except for roll. Traits are decent, I guess. They just like enhance stuff or increase your power, I guess, say for your stone ability and whatnot. But with roll abilities, each roll, tank, DPS, and healer, they have their own abilities, each of them being the same, I guess, to say, for each role. Like, if I, like, they're the two tanks at the beginning of this game, Realm Reborn, the two tanks are Warrior and Paladin. Those are, well, Gladiator and Marauder. Gladiator, Marauder, they have the same exact roles because they're both tanks. They have the same exact stuff. And all healers will have the same exact roles and, yeah, whatnot. Yeah, it's strange to think about, but the spells are very useful. Like, this only matters for Arcanists because they're the only class that has a pet. Performance is only used for archers because they, at level 30, can get instruments to play. It's really cool. You can actually perform with instruments. It's really fun. And then orders are whenever you get something called a companion, which I will discuss in a later video as well. Welcome back, Rain. The elementals have told me of your success. By placing yourself in the midst of nature and seeing it with the Conjurer's eye, you have taken the first step along the path of enlightenment. Healing, protection, and destruction. Though our spells vary in function, they all derive their power from the same source, the forces embodied in all creation. By gaining a true understanding of these, a conjurer may call upon them to manipulate his environment, thereby realizing the state of being that he desires. Ah, yes, yours is a familiar look, the very picture of confusion. Be not disheartened, for a comprehension shall come in due time. For now you must learn to reach out to the forces embodied in each of us. Pray, receive of me this hunting log. That's useful right there. That's what I was trying to get to earlier. Pray, receive of me this hunting log. Within you will find the names of such creatures as would pose a suitable challenge to a conjurer. There is no single path to mastering Conjury, yet you should find yourself needing direction. Yet should you find yourself needing direction, know that the log is there to guide you. Breathe deep and open your eyes to that which cannot be seen. Feel the myriad life around you, and draw upon its boundless reservoir of energy. Take up your cane and use it to lend that energy form, right? To lend that energy form, yeah. Go forth, my young conjurer, and be at one with the world. Return to me when you have learned to draw upon the forces around you with the self-same ease you draw upon those within. The next conjure quest will be available from Isumiyan upon reaching level 5. These are also very useful. As you can see down at the description, it mentions experience bonus, where in green it says experience bonus plus 3 duration, 30 minutes. It is very useful if you're wanting to level. When you start off, if you're a new player, when you start off, you have that road to 60 buff. If you bought the complete edition, if you bought the complete edition with all the expansions, you'll get the road to 60 buff. Using food, eating food, specifically ones that are good for your class. So for me, spell speed and vitality and direct hit are all good for me, I guess to say, because I'm getting them from the Conjurer's Guild itself. Definitely use these ones, but the experience bonus really helps and adds up more than it may seem. It honestly will help you level up faster. Considering you have the road to 60, you're pretty much getting like a 200% increase on experience anyways. But the food is very useful. 3% really adds up over time if you use it enough. Now, the hunting log. This is the last part of the video that I'm going to be discussing. The hunting log is very, very useful for whenever you are starting this game, because leveling at the beginning, as you remember in my previous video for the main story, I needed to be a level 4. I am only nearly level 3. The hunting log really helps because, as you can see, Conjure 1, all I do is I gotta kill 3 little ladybugs and I get 75 experience. But I go through all of this stuff 1 through 10. I go through all 10 of these, and they all offer different experience rewards because the level of each enemy increases over time, and they each have their own specific oh, hold on, maybe that's why. Do I have, hold on, there we go. Yeah, there we go. That's what I was. Okay, I accidentally had something turned off that I didn't mean to turn off. Okay. Okay, now, like I was saying, each of these, you see this, okay? The little ladybug is found in Central Shroud at the Jadeite Thicket. So you go into your map, you go into New Gdania Central Shroud, and Jadeite Thicket, it's going to be somewhere in this area. These little ladybugs, as you remember, are in this whole area right through here. If, like, yeah, the little tiny names don't really mean anything. Just focus on the really big words. That's where the majority of them are going to be. Some of them will be in the little tiny names, so you might have to zoom in to figure out which ones they are. But as you progress through the hunting log, things will become higher level, and they'll become harder to fight. So defeating all 3 of these will give you an experience bonus. All 3 of these, experience, all the way up to 1,000. Once you complete all 10, you get difficulty 1 reward. And once you reach level 10, you'll unlock this one. This right here. This is going to be super helpful for you as you progress through the game. If you are struggling with levels and experience, it might seem tedious, it might seem boring just having to teleport to a bunch of different areas and kill a bunch of things just to increase your level, but it is worth it because it increases your level. It gives you so much experience up to level 50. So yes, this is very useful. I am going to do this off camera so that I can get back to doing more of this, and so that I can continue on the main story. Alright, that shall be the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, do what you gotta do, and I will see each and every one of you in the next video. Adios, guys. I love your face.